Saturday night in America felt like two different movies playing at the same time. Outside, a brutal snowstorm was swallowing highways, grounding flights, freezing entire cities into silence. In Minneapolis, the silence broke in the worst way possible. After the fatal shooting of an anti-ICE protester, the city erupted in anger, grief, and chaos. Social media was on fire. Sirens, headlines, fear, outrage, and then there was the White House. While half the country was bracing for impact, behind closed doors, under chandeliers and gold-trimmed walls, a very different scene was unfolding. Black ties, champagne flutes, a full military band playing movie themes. And at the center of it all, Melania Trump. This wasn't a fundraiser. It wasn't a state dinner. It wasn't announced, promoted, or even whispered about beforehand. It was a private screening. Invitation only. About 70 people. No press. No cameras. Just power. The film? A controversial, Amazon-funded documentary titled Melania, and here's where the story gets uncomfortable. This screening took place in the East Room of the White House, the same room where presidents address the nation during moments of crisis. But on this night, there was no address. No statement. Just a movie premiere disguised as an intimate cultural event. The guest list read like a billionaire's dream dinner party. Queen Rania of Jordan, Apple CEO Tim Cook, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy, Zoom CEO Eric Yuan, AMD CEO Lisa Su, New York Stock Exchange CEO Lynn Martin, Mike Tyson, Tony Robbins. Fashion royalty, tech titans, cultural power players, also present, Barron Trump, Brett Ratner's mother, and Mark Beckman, Melania's longtime advisor, a man reportedly involved in every detail of this project from day one. But who wasn't there? Maybe even more telling, no major Trump officials. No cabinet members. No visible political inner circle, and according to sources, not even the president had seen the movie before this night. Let that sink in. This documentary follows 20 days in Melania Trump's life, from the heat of the 2025 campaign straight through Inauguration Day. An intensely personal portrait, we're told. Carefully controlled. Highly curated. And backed by a reported $40 million from Amazon. The director? Brett Ratner. Yes, that Brett Ratner, the once untouchable Hollywood name who disappeared from major filmmaking after multiple accusations of sexual misconduct nearly a decade ago. This is his first major project since then. Sources say Ratner spent months living at Mar-a-Lago during production. Total access. Total trust, and the screening itself? Pure symbolism. A military band welcoming guests. A custom song composed just for the film, Melania's Waltz. Collectible tickets. Monogrammed popcorn boxes. Cookies stamped with Melania's name. Limited edition copies of her best-selling memoir placed neatly into gift bags, everything polished. Everything controlled. Everything perfect, except the timing. Within hours of The Hollywood Reporter breaking the story, backlash exploded. Critics weren't just angry. They were stunned. As Minnesota burned with protests, as emergency services were stretched thin, as Americans watched another political killing unfold on their screens, the image of CEOs and elites sipping drinks at a White House movie night felt, to many, grotesque. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez didn't hold back. She accused the administration of being disconnected from reality, calling the event proof of moral unfitness at a moment of national crisis. And suddenly, the spotlight shifted, not just onto Melania, but onto everyone who attended. Tim Cook, Andy Jassy. Especially Amazon, Jassy, according to insiders, personally approved the massive payout for the documentary. Now, his company wasn't just distributing content. It was funding a political lightning rod. The irony is sharp, a film about image, control, and legacy debuting on a night when America's rawest wounds were wide open, yet Melania, publicly at least, showed no sign of regret. Shortly after the criticism peaked, she posted a message describing the evening as humbling. She praised the room full of friends, family, and cultural iconoclasts. She spoke of personal stories enduring time, of mutual obligation, of honor. The words were elegant, carefully chosen, but to many, they felt worlds away from the reality outside those White House doors, and the rollout is only beginning. In the coming days, Melania is expected to ring the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Then comes the official premiere at Washington's Kennedy Center, attended by the president and over 1,000 guests. At the same time, the film opens in 20 cities nationwide. This isn't just a documentary release, it's a statement about power, about narrative, about who gets to tell their story, and when. Some see it as tone-deaf elitism. Others see it as a calculated move, a perfectly timed assertion of control over the media cycle. While outrage burns hot and fast, polished legacy projects endure, and that might be the most unsettling part. because this isn't just about one night, one film, or one first lady, it's about the growing distance between lived reality and elite reality. Between the street and the ballroom. Between grief and glamour. And the question now isn't whether Melania's film will succeed, the question is whether moments like this permanently reshape how Americans see power, empathy, and leadership. So here's where I turn it over to you. Was this a harmless, pre-scheduled cultural event unfairly targeted by circumstance? Or was it a shocking display of disconnection at the worst possible moment? Watch closely how this story evolves, because what happens next says a lot about where politics, celebrity, and power are headed. If you want more deep dives like this, stories that go beyond the headlines and into the psychology behind the moments, make sure you stay with us. Like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what you really think, because this conversation is far from over.